Listening to the video today. Keep it private until you get it. You got to be quiet until you get this. You're on your final purge before your major level up. This is how you know you're getting ready to get that major level up in your life, because everything and anything can go wrong in your life. This is how you know that you're on your final purge before you level up. There's not going to be any residue left over in this season to carry over into the next season of your life. You know, people have been standing at the sidelines of your life, watching you to see where you would stumble, where you would fall, where you would turn back. But they didn't get what they set out to see. People are seeing your life be purged. They are. They're seeing everything about your life. But now they're going to see a major level up in your life. I don't want you to despise being purged by God. I don't want you to despise being in a tough place. Don't frown upon being in a challenging place, because these are the tight places where God shows himself the greatest. When you're in a tight place, God loves it when you're in a tight place. You know, God loves it whenever you are in a pit. He loves it when you are in the muck and the miry clay, because God says this is an opportunity for me to come in this place with my child and bring my child out. This is an opportunity so I can show my child how powerful that they are, how strong that they are. Before your big level up, you're going to go through a major purge. You're being purged. Anything that's in your life that was hindering your life, that stuff is being weeded out. God is removing this junk out of your life. Even your thinking has held you back up until this point in your life. The way that you think, the way that you believe, these things hold you back. This is what God is purging. God is purging the way you think, and God is purging your belief system, because it is your belief system that's going to hold you back. God said, I got to get this out of you. Whatever's in you that will cause you to stay stagnant in this season of your life so that you can't get to that next season, God said, this is what I'm getting ready to take out of you. God said, this is what I'm getting ready to purge. So let the people stand by to look. God said, I'm going to give people something to look at. God said, I'm literally going to give people something to watch. God said, I'm going to give people something to talk about. Let them talk, family. You just stay busy doing your Father's will. You just stay busy. You stay busy doing what you know you need to do. You don't worry about anybody else. You don't worry about what people say. You don't worry about what people are doing. That's not your focus. See, these things you don't focus on anymore in your life, because these are the things that's going to distract you and that's going to cause you to be held up. It's going to cause you to be held back. And the enemy know it. The enemy's been watching you, family, for so long to see how long you're going to squirm in that mud. He's been looking to see how long you're going to squirm in that cesspool of life. But God said, my child will rise like the phoenix. You will soar like an eagle. Your life will skyrocket. You will come out of nowhere. You know, people are not going to even understand where in the world you come from. They're not going to understand, where have you been? God had you ducked away, didn't he? He had you hidden, didn't he? He had you in isolation, didn't he? He did, because that was your purging season. You were being purged. You were being purged so God can make your vessel conducive to nothing but glory. God was pouring glory within you. God was pouring more stamina within your life, because you are a soldier and you have been equipped to beat this enemy. You have been equipped to slay every giant that is in your life. Every giant that you have in your life, that giant will be slayed. You will take the head off of Goliath. The power will be done. The power of the enemy will render nullified, useless, void, done, over. God said, I'm going to give people something to watch. They want something to see. God said, I'm going to show them great and mighty things through my child that they didn't even believe in. You know, it's good sometimes, families, that God will show people where your life is. Even if you are embarrassed as to where your life is right now, don't be embarrassed where your life is. Because you're going to be able to look back at this point in your life and you're going to know that the hand of God was all in this. God is all in your Kool-Aid. God is all in your juice. God is all in your salad. God is all in your meat. Y'all hear me? God is all over this situation. God is all over it. And it can't help but produce. Your life can't help but prosper. Your life can't help but go up. Your life can't help but soar. Y'all hear me? Your life is going to skyrocket. Your life is going to soar. It is. Now you're going to go through some hell now. Let me throw that in there, family. But you're going to come out of it. You're going to come out of it better than what you went in. You're going to come out stronger than what you went in. You're going to come out a changed person. You are not the same person you used to be. Don't y'all know that? You're not the same person that you used to be. You don't hinder things in your life anymore. You don't take things offensively anymore. You know, people can see that. And the enemy hates your change. The enemy despises your transformation. The enemy, family, they despise right now your change. They literally despise the transformation that you've gone through right now because you can't be controlled. You can't be. What they think about you don't even matter to you no more. How people feel about you or not, that stuff don't even matter to you anymore. All that stuff is over. You are so focused on where your life is headed. You are so focused on the possibilities. See, this is why it's so good for us to understand that when we are in a place that is not good emotionally for us, or if we feel like we're in a place that doesn't make us feel good spiritually, that's one of the greatest places to be in, because in this place, God makes us. In this place, God reveals to you who you really are and why you were born. This is where you're going to discover your kingdom assignment. This is where you're going to discover your purpose. This is where you're going to collide right with your destiny in these tight places, in these tight moments. God allows your enemies to live to see the hand of God upon your life. God allowed your enemies to live to see you walk out. You know, everything you've been speaking, everything you've been preaching, you know, God is going to allow your enemies to live to see it. You need to hear this today. You need to understand what God is saying to you today. It's just not over for you. It's not done for you. You wouldn't be waking right now. If you didn't go through all the things you've gone through, you would still be spiritually asleep. All these things did, family, was wake you up, wake you up. That's it. It woke you up. You're no longer sleeping. You're not. God say, now I can use you. God say, now you're in a place where I can deal with you now. This where you are right now, you're in one of the best places that you can ever be in your life. You're going to thank God that certain people left your life. And you're going to thank God that some of the things you asked God for, some of the people you prayed and asked God to give you back, you're going to thank God that these people are nowhere in the vicinity of your life. You're going to thank God. See, you prayed out of brokenness. Things that are not good for you, you pray out of brokenness. But now that you're a healed person, you will not pray and trust God for things that will destroy your life. Your appetite has changed. Your thirst has changed. Because the Spirit of the Lord is telling you to come up. God said, come up hither. It's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to step it up a notch. It's time for you to jump on that escalator. It's time for you to take a leap, a bound, jump. It's time for you to run and leap over walls. This is what it's time for you to do. And there's nothing that the enemy can do. Your life is going to skyrocket so much, family, because you've been through the most. When you've gone through the worst challenge in the world, God blesses you the greatest. Don't despise where you are. Look at it from a spiritual perspective. God put you in that place. You probably was crying your eyes out a lot of times. You probably was going through such a dark place. But this is where you met God. And this is where God revealed to you your purpose and your kingdom assignment in that dark moment, that darkest night of the soul. This is where God revealed to you what your kingdom destiny is. If you were never in a dark place, if you were never mistreated the way you were mistreated, you would never have drawn close to God like you are right now. It drove you to your knees, didn't it? Been there, done that, family. There's nothing like trouble to draw you closer to God. There is nothing like a problem to drive you in the presence of God. Thank you for tuning in our broadcast today of You Are Enough. Jump over to my Instagram and give me your support over there at Nikki G. McCray. Thank y'all for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you for liking the videos and sharing them. Keep hitting the like button for me because it really helps me get into the front of people who don't even know who we are on this channel. Don't get scammed. Whatever you need to know about me is always in the description box of the videos. Don't forget, those of you who are sending your Cash Apps and your PayPal, send it as a donation or send it as a gift, or it will be returned. If you don't want to do it that way, if the Lord leads you, just send it through the mail. Your prayers are greatly appreciated. And go to my Instagram page, family, and support our products over there if you want to sow into the ministry. To those of you who are emailing and asking me that, your comeback is going to be better than whatever you thought set your life back. You've just been set up for such a time as this. This is absolutely amazing. God is so good, family. I'm telling you, you need to rejoice and you need to be exceedingly glad. We'll talk later.